The following is brought to you in association with and from a proud partner of the Shining Wizards Network. Entertainment here.
Are you looking for the newest and hottest in the world of pro wrestling? Then check out the amazing action on Powerslam.tv, the biggest indie pro wrestling channel in the world. Get over 6,000 hours of the best events from over 150 of your favorite promotions from 20 different countries around the globe. Brands like Progress Wrestling, Evolve Wrestling, Combat Zone, Defy, PCW Ultra, PWX, Over the Top, Shine, and hundreds of others with fresh content added every day for only $5.99 per month. Get your free trial today at Powerslam.tv.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, so let's drop some knowledge for our main event because this goes for just over 20 minutes.
Yep.
So Kevin Skeen. So we touched a little bit about Kevin Owens when we did our Fastlane show last year. Again, one thing I've always said to you is, we know for a fact he wasn't the one that was going to be the Universal Champ. It was going to be the Seth and Finn Balor feud, and he took that opportunity the night after SummerSlam and won the championship in a fatal four-way. Mm-hmm. Went on to hold the title from August all the way to February 2017 before dropping it to Goldberg. And that's something that people wish that if he never dropped the belt to Goldberg, the proposed WrestleMania matchup would have been Universal Champion Kevin Owens against former friend Chris Jericho. So
yes,
that was actually talked about being the Universal Championship match. And then it became, we need Goldberg, we need some star power, we need to do something big.
Yep.
And we need Brock to win the belt again. And it's like, okay, damn it. And he simply got an opener with Chris Jericho for the United States Championship instead.
Very true. Very true.
And I mean, I've never seen you so bummed. There's 2 times I've seen you bummed with a turnaround event. One was Austin losing his career to Team Bischoff at that Survivor Series. And the night that we saw Kevin Owens lose the title to Goldberg. Like when we recorded that Fastlane show, I'm celebrating, and I remember you just said, "No, you do it. I'm just let me sit here for a sec."
Yeah, if you can go back and listen to that one, guys, if you want, it's I don't paint a very nice picture of Goldberg, because I'm not a big fan of him, sadly. But it was just like, why?
And we might get it again, guys, in a couple of weeks.
Maybe.
Yeah. Look at this.
Maybe.
Sami Zayn goes aerial with a leaping over the top of the referee to take out Owens, who did not want to wrestle him.
No, he's like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
So Kevin Skeen. So let's look at his championship reign. So PWG, so Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. We end up watching a few videos at our mate's house the other day looking at some PWG stuff, and with a who's who of talent. Cedric Alexander, Aleister Black. Look, Justin Liger was there. Some really good developing stars.
You're purely talking about the thumb spot.
That's it.
Yep, up the bum.
Yep. And the crowd loved it, though. You see the crowd all chuffing and getting involved in it, and you want that. You want the audience to not just sit there on their hands. You want them involved in their, well, not in their hand, but so you want them standing up chatting.
Yes, Tom. Thank you.
No, because we're talking about the spot that they were doing with the thumb.
Of course, Tom, of course. And thank you again for adjusting your camera, because the how you were recording before. Jesus, guys.
I couldn't see you, mate. Your tummy was over your head. It was just...
Your plump tummy. Is that what you just said?
Oh, come on, Alan.
That's what I heard.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Even though my wife calls me plump, that doesn't...
She comes in and just goes, "Oh, look at this fat boy," and then like,
"What are you doing, plummy? You got juice in there."
Yeah,
Bob.
Urine.
You had pizza, did you? Look at you.
You fat shit.
Thank you.
Just if I'm here, look, I'll just waddle to bed.
Do you know we've been together for so long?
Oh.
Oh, he helped me up. I can't get up here. I'm lying down here.
Yeah,
I'm like a turtle.
Yeah.
Get that at Brian Bart.
Can you get some ointment for Daddy's bed sores, please?
When I get to that far, man, no way.
Yeah, nah.
Sorry,
Well,
I'll be sorry, kids. No, we love you, Daddy. Thank you, kids.
Wait, when you get that fat, they have to get you a prime board.
Oh man,
and you can't wash yourself. That's
you wear a moo rag on a stick.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad, man. Work from home. I actually do work from home, but yeah.
And that's how it starts, man.
Shut up. All right, so next I'll get a little.
Could you give me a limit
that does the keyboard for me?
Yeah. Could you get me a lemonade and a beer? Yeah. King size.
Yep, that's a good episode. And thank you, Disney Plus, for letting us replay all those Simpson memories.
Mm-hmm.
So KO is a former 3-time Pro Wrestling Guerrilla World Champion, 3-time Tag Champ, once with Super Dragon and twice with El Jericho, which was the gimmick portrayed by Sami Zayn. And it's actually an active Twitter that he still uses.
Yeah, but hey, you're not meant to know that. That's kayfabe, bro. Come on, man. What's wrong with you?
But then there was talks of what they wanted to do Sami Zayn versus El Jericho. Like, book the matchup. Let's actually finally see if they aren't the same person. Let's book it.
Yeah, it's the Invisible Man.
Also, Kevin Owens was named ranked number 3 in the top 500 Pro Wrestling Illustrated Wrestlers of 2017, ranked number 3 for that year, which would have been the year that he lost the championship. So he lost about in February of that year. So to think by the end of the year, he was still ranked in the top 5 of the Pro Wrestling 500. From a 1-time Ring of Honor World Champion, 1-time Tag Champ with El Jericho, and the winner of the number 1 contenders tournament in 2008.
Yes.
The Pro Wrestling, this is the Wrestling Observer newsletter, actually gave him the same award 3 years in a row. For 2010, 11, and 12, he was known as the Breast Brawler. Also, his feud of the year for the Wrestling Observer newsletter against El Jericho for the year 2010. His WWE accolades include a 1-time reign as NXT champ, 1-time Universal, 2-time IC, and 3-time United States champion.
He's done quite a bit.
Yeah. Well, here's a question. Do you like face or heel Kevin Owens? Like, he's recently doing the face turn now on Monday Night Raw, feuding against, Rollins and his team.
Well, if he's rolling around doing the stunner and everything, he's like the sort of, because when he was feuding against Shane McMahon, he became sort of like the anti-hero.
Yeah, that's right.
But I do like the mean streak he has sometimes, because he can do some bad things.
He can flick the switch. He can flick that switch. Kind of like Randy Orton. The same thing with Randy Orton.
Could you give us a time cue, please? Yeah.
Yep, we are at 1:39:47. 1:39:48. But also, too, I think with KO is that I think you're always going to get a cheer with a stunner. The fans love a stunner. Like, for the fans that reminisce about, do the line?
Reminisce to a piss.
People love that move. And, like, even though Austin was a heel during the 2001 year, people still love the stunner. If he's hitting on a good guy or a bad guy. So for Sami Zayn, let's look at his tenure. So he fought a lot in DDT Pro Wrestling, where he's a former Extreme Division champion. Over there in PWG, he was a 2-time world champ, 5-time World Tag Team Champion, once with Human Tornado, once with Quicksilver, twice with Kevin Skeen, and actually once with Paul London. There's a name from the past there, Paul London.
Mm-hmm. He was one of the best.
One of the longest reigning tag team champs with Brian Kendrick back in that timeline there when they were tag champs. Which was weird because it's like there's 2 definite cruiserweights. And I heard that Vince McMahon was really high on them as their tag team champions. And you think of tag champs now, big brooding guys. Mm-hmm. And, back in that timeline, there's these 2 cruiserweights just going up there doing, sliced bread number 3 and backflips and cartwheels. And
well, they were like very much a one day of the Midnight Express.
Oh, like the Rockers kind of thing.
The Rockers type. The Rockers. Well, that's what the Rockers were. They had the Midnight Express. Then you had the Rockers, and now you had Kendrick and
Yeah.
and
They were
London.
really good. They remind me of the New Day's really long tag team championship reign that they had.
Yes.
And I think London was known for probably two major things, which was the clothesline by Snitsky out of the ring at the Royal Rumble, I think back in like 05, I think it was.
Yep.
And also smiling when Vince McMahon walked past him. Remember in that backstage skit when Vince blew up in the car and London's there smiling on the side? And Vince stops, looks at him, and then keeps walking. And then he got suspended after that because he thought, you're wrecking. What are you doing, mate?
Kayfabe, bro. What are you doing?
All right, I'm going to stand here and smile. Hey, Vince, hello. Because what's he going to do? It's live.
Yeah, it's live. Right, pal.
Oh, man. So Sami Zayn also won the 2011 Battle of Los Angeles and the Dynamite Duvanti Tag Team Title Tournament with Paul London in 2010. Pro Wrestling Illustrated voted him number 23 of the top 500 for 2015's year, so the year that we're covering now. In Ring of Honor, one-time tag champ with Kevin Skeen and one-time reign as World TV Champion. One thing, too, I think we kind of touched on it recently, Sami Zayn being out. And that's something I've never really figured out recently, as I didn't see it on the news. Why isn't Sami actually wrestling? We know he's become the mouthpiece for Shinsuke Nakamura. Cesaro's now joined the team. But, have you heard anything about why Sami might be out or what's going on there?
I thought he was injured. Isn't he injured?
I'll have to jump and have a look because I know I saw something recently, but I think it was around that he's got something, but there's talks of actually bringing him back.
I thought it was something to do with his shoulder.
I'll have to jump and have a look.
Yeah, because that's why I haven't seen him. And plus, they've got the Saudi Arabia show that he definitely won't be attending.
Yeah, well, I reckon to kind of fill that card up, they'll book Shinsuke Strowman 2 or 3, whatever numbers they've gone for the IC belt. And I reckon they'll have Cesaro manage Shinsuke just to have someone to be, offer that 2-on-1 while the referee's back's turned to kind of weaken Strowman. So you'll never get Sami Zayn or KO over there in those big Super Showdown shows.
No.
Another thing I think we had a chance to talk about, the Royal Rumble. What was your views on those cards there? What did you think about the latest event? I think in our picks, I think you won the picks this year. One thing we got majorly... Shut up. You won by like 7 last year too. And we have to work out the tattoo because that's what my son keeps telling me. Hey, wasn't the loser getting a tattoo? And I'm like, you got to stop saying that. He said, well, when I see Uncle next, I'm going to say it to him.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, we talked about it like back in like October that the loser would have to get a tattoo chosen by the winner. So.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And I was cocky saying, yeah, you're going to get my name on your neck, Al. And now I've lost. So, yeah. How are you?
Right. I'm intrigued.
You're looking good, Al. So, yeah, you're looking nice hair and everything.
Yeah, no, don't suck up to me now, bro.
Please don't make me get a tattoo on my neck.
No, you've got a government job. You don't need
Imagine that in my suit and tie. G'day, guys. Big neck tattoo.
What's it say? Neck tattoo.
Neck tattoo all the way across in cursive. Well, is he in a gang? Is he? No, it just says neck tattoo.
What's that say on there? Is that your son's name or something? No, it just says neck tattoo.
I do a podcast and I lost a pics and my brother chose a tattoo for me.
Thank you.
Take your stuff, mate. Get out of here. No worries. Yeah. And then I become a garbage man.
Yeah. I like your tattoo there, mate. Yeah, looking good, mate.
Yeah, we both picked Charlotte, I think, for the win. That's a good choice. I like where that's going. Drew McIntyre, that one I didn't know. That one kind of came out of nowhere. I had a thought that he would go towards the end, but him being the one to eliminate Brock, I didn't see. I had my pick was to be Keith Lee from NXT to kind of ride the wave that NXT brought to Survivor Series and have Keith Lee win. I had the one that whoever eliminated Brock would take him on for the championship, but I thought that would have been Cain Velasquez because there was talks that Cain was going to be in that match,
That's right.
but it wasn't to be. But yeah, Ricochet set it up with that groin kick and then, that big massive Claymore and out goes Brock.
But then we've got Ricochet challenging for the title at Super Showdown, which is just going to be a decimating ass whooping to Ricochet.
I reckon it'll be shorter than the Rey Mysterio match from Survivor Series.
Yeah.
That was quite short, that one. Even though I had, Dominic and stuff coming out, that was a really short one. Like Finn versus Brock from the Rumble a few years ago, that was a good matchup. But the Ray one against Brock was just, Hulk smash. That's all it was. Brock smash for a couple of minutes. What do you think in terms of Charlotte? Who's she facing, do you reckon, at WrestleMania? Do we go, Rhea Ripley? She wants her on there. She challenged her on Raw to come to she come on to Raw and said, why don't you come to NXT and face me?
That's right.
We do know that Bianca Belair, the number one contender for the NXT title, is facing her at NXT Portland. Mm-hmm. She intervened in the confrontation between the two, saying that she wants Charlotte at WrestleMania. I've seen some online rumors talking about a triple threat, supposedly, between the three. But I think it's kind of been done. Like we did that last year. We've seen that with the Becky, Ronda, Charlotte. You can't really do Charlotte versus Bayley. Kind of two heels, been done. You can't go wrong, though, with Becky, Charlotte. I think that would be cool for Monday Night Raw to have them face off. But that's also been done a lot.
But again,
so what do you think?
Well, how many times did they do Flair and Piper back in the day? Those guys always lots. So I wouldn't mind really any time to see Charlotte Flair in the ring going against someone for a championship. Maybe she's the one who can dethrone Becky at Mania. Maybe she's because Becky's had it we're coming up for a full year very soon. Yeah. So maybe she can dethrone.
Well, she only lost one belt, didn't she? She lost the SmackDown one.
Yeah, exactly.
She won the two belts and then she won it. Who cashed it? Was it Bayley who cashed in on it?
Yeah,
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Because most of her year was feuding with Lacey Evans, with Brandon Corbin when Seth and him were feuding. So a lot of her year was mainly Asuka and Lacey Evans. And look at her. Lacey Evans has been in the title picture on two brands for the last 12 months.
Yeah,
Raw for the first part of the year and SmackDown for the last part.
Yeah, but how's that going?
Oh, no. If you've already been watching, guys, the neck of Sami Zayn has been targeted quite a lot by KO. Yes. Got the Tiger Suplex or half Nelson Suplex. Jesus.
Oh, jeez. One.
It'll be cool if NXT comes down here again. I like that show they did down here.
It was good. It was very much like going to a regional proper.
Like it has WWE flair, but it felt independent. Like at the same time, like it wasn't. You're sitting way up in the nosebleeds, squinting to see the ring. You can get a decent enough seat and still get a really good show.
Margaret Court Arena, where we were, has pretty much the entire arena you can watch. And you can, wherever you're sitting, you've got a good seat. I
think that was the arena I went to when Hulk Hogan came down here. When it was it was the Hulkamania or Hulkamania tour, or it was like Hulkmania. He wasn't allowed to use the Hulkamania term. I think it was just Hulkmania. It was. I think Bischoff's talked about it on his show with Conrad, where they said the plan was actually to do a number of shows. And it was an Australian event promotion company that reached out to Bischoff and Hogan and said, look, we have, quite a large sum of money. We think we can do something with, you two guys, and maybe we can actually make a company that can do stuff around Australia. Kind of what World Series Wrestling does now. No one's actually, it's got a lot of independents are in it, but they go outside the label. When they do their shows here, they come together. When they're not doing them, they go back to where they are. That's right. And that show was pretty small. Like it had I think Grangel was there, The Godfather. Some really weird matchups, but the main event, was Flair and Hogan. And one-on-one.
Didn't you say that something happened in the crowd before?
Yeah, well, we were sitting two seats back from the front row, and all night there was a dude dressed up as Hogan, and there was a woman with a Ric Flair shirt. And you can just tell, 4 or 5 hours, those drinks are settling, you're getting in there, you start to get a little bit too passionate. And something happened, Flair's already come out, Flair's in the ring, and then Hogan's Voodoo Child hits. So Hogan's coming out, he's posing up, and the next minute, the Hogan guy and this woman in the Flair shirt just start yelling and screaming at one another. He swings at her, and I'm like, look out, and the security just pounce on them. Because I think she said something, they grabbed him because he nearly hit her, but they took her out too. So there you two are, these two adults waiting to see these two veterans. And before they could even tie up, you get removed and kicked out of the arena.
At the main event.
At the main event, man. But this guy was fine. He had the blonde fake beard. He had the bandana on. He had the boa feathers on. And
so
he just didn't even get to see him.
Dumb. Just
No,
dumb.
I reckon it would have been just a small argument. I don't know what it was about, but he swung at it. And I'm like, yeah, get him out of here, guys.
Yep.
No, it was
And
bad. I think
Nathan was with you, wasn't he?
yeah,
Brother Nathan.
he didn't get up there. He was sitting there just watching Hogan come out. And I'm like, look out, Nate. I'm trying to move him as his scuffle's happening. He's just watching Hulk Hogan walking down the ramp playing the air guitar.
Who won the match?
It was really quick. It was, I think they said it was a first blood or something like that. And it only went for about 4 minutes or so. But it ended with Hogan just posing for about 20 minutes.
Yep.
I reckon Voodoo Child probably played about 20 times on repeat that night. But it was a good show. But again, it was very small. And I think Bischoff said on his show with Conrad that they had really high expectations to the point that when they did other shows outside Melbourne, it was not even a quarter full. Like, as wrestlers are walking out, all you could see is all these gaps and all these empty chairs, front row not being sold out. And if you've got cameras filming this, you're going to see all these gaps in the front row. And it's like, we can't move people down because that's like, $200-300 worth of difference in prices. They have to stay where they're sitting, but they lost a lot of money.
Well, that's right, because if they're thinking that, oh yeah, and here comes we're bringing down Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair, but then you've got other guys like former WWE wrestler, the Good Father, Godfather.
There was some
and
people I
Brandel.
didn't know, and other ones. Oh yeah, I remember him, but it was like a veterans tour. It felt like a farewell tour for Hogan.
Yeah,
but
right.
it was pre his TNA time. It was just before that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Bischoff said they got their money, as in Bischoff and Hogan got a payment beforehand. But the company that did the events, they really made nothing back, little to nothing back. And nothing's ever materialized again. So as you can see, the effects of the pop-up powerbomb, the targeting of the neck by Kevin Owens. He's actually going body parts, so he's going hands, his elbows, he's stomping on the feet. Look at these punches in the corner here. Look, just pushes him in the corner, forearms. Yep. Look at the ref, Tony Hawk with the skateboard there. Come on.
Get one more time cue.
Oh, a big elbow strike there. We are at 1 hour 52:31, guys. So we've got about 8 minutes left of this matchup.
Beautiful.
And you can see now there's the caution. The referee is like, wait a minute, he's not actively defending. We've got to do something
very far away look in his eye.
I always love that part there where Sami clinches with Owens, which is such a boxing move where when I need a breather, if I grab you in boxing, that's okay until they split you. But just as he splits, Owens just does this big right uppercut straight through. So I just love it. It adds that realism of like MMA boxing into this matchup. But look at these punches here. He's outside the ring rope too.
Yeah. Jesus.
Just a rebel, man. And I don't think we touched on it too. The actual T-shirt that Kevin Owens is wearing was the shirt that he wore when he returned for NXT War Games last year on Team Ciampa.
That's right, he did.
That was a good match too. Was it the dive off the cage? What happened what was the ending spot? Wasn't it? Oh yeah, it was Ciampa's move off the top rope.
Mm-hmm.
Pop-up powerbomb. There it is there.
Oh.
Such a simple move. Like, it's a very common move that he does, but it's so brutal though. Oh. There was one move I saw recently. I don't know if it's Cedric Alexander that does it, but he does a powerbomb into the knees. So he lifts them up like last ride position and then onto the knees. So you can see in the back behind the referee, the EMTs are there. We've got the medical team checking on Sami.
Yes.
Putting the gloves on now.
Look us in the eyes. Look us in the eyes.
Where are you? Where are you at?
Yeah. What date? What's today? What's the date today? Oh, God.
Look at him. No, I'm all right. I'm all good. I can do it. I wonder if they're independent wrestlers, these fellas.
Yeah, one day. They always like to get the local guys around to come around. Oh,
here we go. This is the third one, I think, in a row. He just wants that win. Just give me the pin. This is number 4, I think, now. Jesus. And you see, like, was it Sami Zayn's get like just more and more just going with it now, just a loose body. I was going to say limp, but you would make fun of me, so.
No, one limp body, please.
And the referee calls it, man.
That's it.
Kevin Owens is your new NXT champion. And look at the crowd. There's like a hush. There's like, oh, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Is it stopped? Is he throwing up the X? Is this really heard? Is this the ending? What's going on?
That's
and then
right.
there's the cheers. Even the KO fans in the front row haven't got their hands up. There's a dude with his arms crossed. There's just people standing there just going, what? And now he's got the belt. There it is.
Yep, that's right.
Great song too, which also was in that drive along that we did.
It was. Yeah, I made sure you were busy for that episode.
That was a good one. That was a really long day. Like that was like an 8-hour day that we did that show together.
Yeah, but also, like the first 40 minutes, just perfect. Remember the last hour and a bit? Nah, just me as
the drinks have set in.
Oh, they were set in all right, and I'm showing you my phone, going, "Can we stop for a bathroom?" And you're like, "Can I stop for a toilet?" I'm like,
"What are you saying?"
It's like, "Can we stop for a bathroom break?" And you're like, "Oh, let me just read it out." Yeah, you have no, you don't know what you're doing.
No, it's good times. So Kevin Owens is now the 6th NXT champion. So Sami Zayn won the title from Neville. Neville won the title from Bo Dallas. And Dallas won it from Big E Langston. And Langston lost it to Seth Rollins, who was the inaugural champion. So
That's right.
the 3 years of NXT, KO is only the 6th champion to win the belt at this time. Just brutal. That cannonball flip.
Yes.
Nothing but just all like lower back into the face. This one, he just that modified bomb. Look,
Yeah, big time.
Because you think he's going to almost do like a Mission 02 driver, and then just puts that knee out, real New Japan style.
Mm-hmm.
Swanton bomb for a big dude. He's very good on the aerial moves.
Big time. Big time.
So that means we've had 3 championship matches with 2 new champions crowned. So we had Blake and Murphy retain the tag team championship over the Lucha Dragons.
That's right.
We had Finn Balor, so that would mean tonight Finn Balor is now the number 1 contender for the NXT Championship, defeating Adrian Neville. Sasha Banks winning her first of one and only women's championships. And we've got KO. So this actually goes down in the history books as a referee stoppage for this win.
Yes. Which
is very common in, MMA fights and boxing matches.
Yes.
If someone can't actively defend themselves. Here's the question. Do you like that belt, or would you rather see the belt today that we see Adam Cole having?
I like the belt today. This thing is, it's just early days. Early days of NXT and how they would, in the future, become bigger and brighter and more on the map.
And the actual new belt, I think, debuted with Bobby Roode when he was champion.
Yes.
I think he was the last person to actually hold that version of that belt before Roode went on to lose the title to Drew McIntyre.
That's right.
He's the first and only person to win that belt on his first match back.
Yes.
Because he won that at the pay-per-view. And then he got jumped by Adam Cole. And there we had Undisputed Era with Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, pre-Roderick Strong joining the team.
That is correct.
And look at that shot there. Ending the show, Kevin Owens standing tall, the new NXT champ. And that's it for NXT TakeOver Rival, guys.
What's up, everybody? I am the patron saint of podcasting, the Warden Matt Ritter, the host of the #1 wrestling podcast on Pornhub. Yes, you heard that right. And I'm here to tell you about the #1 wrestling podcast on Pornhub, the Smackin' Raw podcast. Me and my co-host, Vince Delgado, and Miss Katie Kinsey Bebe of the She Leads Showcase do a weekly recap where we cover Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Dynamite, and Rampage. We are on Pornhub, YouTube, and every audio platform you could think of, and we are spitting what we don't like and swallowing what we do every week. We've also got guests from some of your favorite podcasts, so if you want to have fun, take your pants off, put in your headphones, pull up to your favorite listening or viewing device, relax, and just have a good time, catch up on the week in wrestling in our own unique way. Come check us out. You guys can find me at Matt Ritter, that is at MATTRIDDER, on Twitter only. There you will get Linktree/SmackInRaw. That'll get you all of the audio platforms as well as Pornhub. You guys can also check out Linktree/Creation World, and that will get you the YouTube, the merchandise, and the Pornhub, as well as other great podcasts from Creation World, which is the banner under which the Smackin' Raw podcast exists. If you want to get everything in one shot, go to creationworld.com. There you'll find Super Flash Hero of Tomorrow if you're a fan of DC CW superhero stuff. If you want to check out the Smackin' Raw podcast, if you want to check out our other show, Return to Wrestling, where me and my co-host Travis go back in time and he forces me to sit down and watch old WCW Nitros and pay-per-views, and I have to suffer through Hulk Hogan repeatedly. If that sounds like something that you think is fun, come check that out as well. We also have a YouTube-only show hosted by Vince called Spitter Swallow that you can find on our YouTube. We've got so much content for you. Dungeons After Dark as well. That episode 2 is coming. It is our most viewed episode on Pornhub. So if any of this sounds appealing to you, I can't wait to have you guys come follow us, listen to us, and interact with all of you. Like I said, take your pants off, pull up, get comfortable, and let's have a good time.
What's up, everybody? I am the hardest part of the ring, the host of the Apron Bump podcast. And I know what you're thinking. Ugh, another wrestling podcast? How many times can I listen to fans beat up on WWE and AEW? Tell me who needs a push, who doesn't need a push, who brings Vince's coffee these days? Enough! I'm just as sick of it as you are, and that's why I created the Apron Bump. The Apron Bump is about the journey. It's about nostalgia. It's about discovering new forms of wrestling to really tickle your pickle as a wrestling fan. It's about making wrestling fun again. The podcast brings you reviews of wrestling events all over the world, tying together over 6 different promotions spanning 4 different decades. And everything is chronologically in a timeline to really allow myself and all you listeners to live through these eras while having a good time doing it. Whether it's WWF, WWE, WCW, ECW. We even cover the golden eras of Ring of Honor, Progress, TNA, and more promotions in the future as well. New episodes every Wednesday, or as some may say, Bump Day, Yeah? Go to apronbump.com or go to your favorite podcast platform or YouTube and subscribe today for the most diverse, fan-friendly wrestling podcast in the world. I'm Hard.
Well, guys, you know what time it is. Alan's left the room, so I have to give a bit of a readout of our sponsors and affiliates. So Rogue Energy is a premium energy and focus supplement designed to optimize your mental and physical performance. And if you check out rogueenergy.com and use our promo code 2702 at checkout, you will get 10% off products. Next one I want to talk about is Luxy. So Luxy can enhance your performance with their analog grips. These grips can be used on your PlayStation, your Xbox, and your Nintendo Switch. And if you visit Luxy.com and use the promo code BRO247, that's BRO247, you get a total of 15% off products. Up next is Triumph Chairs. So Triumph Chairs is a gaming chair company specializing in comfort and performance. Visit triumphchairs.com and use the promo code BRO247 on checkout to get 10% off products. Up next is Clinch Gaming. Clinch Gaming manufactures custom professional gaming controllers that you can use on your Xbox and your PlayStation, and use our promo code BRO247 on checkout to get 5% off products. Up next is Player One Coffee. So Player One Coffee develop coffee recipes custom tailored to gamers, creative, developers, and just about anyone who really enjoys a cup of coffee. And lucky last is victoriouseyewear.com. So Victorious Eyewear developed blue light blocking gaming glasses designed to eliminate digital eye strain and help you maintain comfortable and focused. Visiting victoriouseyewear.com and use the promo code BRO247 at checkout gets you 10% off. So again, shout out there to Victorious Eyewear, Player One Coffee, Clinch Gaming, Triumph Chairs, Luxy.com, and Rogue Energy. That's it for this episode. Any comments, questions out before we finish up?
It was a good show. Going back and again doing another NXT is always fun, especially one from about 5 years ago. So I must say, yeah, good show, and enjoying these Skype shows that we're doing. That means I don't have to be anywhere near you in your presence.
Okay, thanks, bro.
It's all right.
Was that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know.
No. You take it any way that you want.
I'll just see you confused now thinking about it though.
You bro, you go to bed all right.
They'll just lie in the bed thinking.
Yeah, 3 a.m. going,
I wonder what he meant by that.
why have you got a voice? Why do voices?
I do that when I'm lying down at night time.
Next to your missus?
Yeah.
What do you meant by that? Shut up. What's that idea?
Kicks him in the leg. Go in the other room. I will.
Yeah. Sorry, love you. What was that? Nothing. You shouldn't
still
kick me.
Still doing the voice of you shouldn't kick me.
You shouldn't kick me. You shouldn't kick me. You should love me. What was that? Nothing, Dick.
Oh, man. Sorry, I'll just get my pillow.
No. Just grabs it off her, throws it on the floor like.
But now you've got 3 of them. I've got none.
You shouldn't do that.
Oh, man. So in regards to this podcast, guys, you can download all of our hashtag wrestling companions on Apple iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, HiCast, Castro, and Castbox, and a range of different podcasting platforms. You can follow us directly on Twitter, which is the main way that we interact with many people on our Twitter page and DMs. Give me the bird for here. I'm giving you the shout-outs, bro.
Sorry, man. I just had to take a photo.
There we go. It's THEBROKAST.
Here you go.
Also on Instagram at the BroKast Podcast. We are looking at getting a website, so I might be checking out GoDaddy.com to do a bit of a website for us. In regards to our sponsor for Rogue Energy, you can check them out at rogueenergy.com for all their great products and different kits that they have available for you, international and across the United States. Remember to use the promotional code 2702. If you use that code 2702, you get yourself 10% off your purchases, and you also help grow our podcast and this product. So again, we look forward to our next show, which will be coming out in a number of weeks. And as we say each and every episode, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or
Good night. You shouldn't yell at me like that.
Yeah, guys, thanks for sticking around. Now we're going to go back and listen to a classic TBK moment.
He's actually doing an AJ-themed show at the moment. He just dropped it a few weeks ago.
Yeah, but if it was for me... Oh, guys, it's a match. Zip. Just hear me...
I'm in the car, so...
Yeah, I'm in the car, fogged up. I'm just jerking off to Page matches. And AJ Lee match. Get out! No one wants to hear that. I was like, this is a fantastic match. Oh, Daddy.
All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night.
Just leave it on.
Hey, Tom, could you edit this show for me? What is it?
Yuck.
What is it?
Don't listen to it.
What am I listening to?
This is my brother jerking off. This is disgusting.
But you can't hear the show that you're watching.
Just hear constant frapping. This is disgusting.
Terrible. Like, is this on BroKast or what am I putting on?
No, this is a separate one. This is part of the BroKast network.